Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game. So today I got a very fun and very exciting episode for you guys this evening because I'm giving you a 48-hour lead time to let you know that on the 23rd of this month, there's going to be a 30th anniversary Satalleview Plus broadcast, basically making it feel as close to Satalleview back in 1997 as you could possibly get. And recently on the channel, I've talked about Satalleview Plus and how it basically emulates the entirety of the Satalleview platform with custom scheduled broadcasts, custom sound link downloads, and everything else that makes you feel like you're in Japan in the 90s playing Satelleview games that you got from a satellite. And now the team behind that emulation and bringing Satelleview back is doing a 30th anniversary birthday special for Satelleview, where there's going to be a ton of extra audio options, a ton of fun, and most importantly a ton of preservation on the Satelleview front. I will leave a link in the description below to the Satelleview Plus website. It's got a tutorial on how to make sure you're up and running and getting this going before the actual birthday broadcast happens, because you definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's going to be a one-time event, and again, that's going to be April 23rd. Now they do have a Discord server where they're going to announce more information as that gets closer, but I know this is something that absolutely everyone would be stoked to check out, because I'm definitely going to be there checking it out myself, and I wanted to tell everyone before the event actually started exactly what was going to be going on. And they've previewed some of the items that are going to be in the actual broadcast, and I'll go over some of those in the video, but leaving a lot of things up to being a secret, because honestly, you want to discover this in real time like you would if you actually had a Satelleview back in the day. And honestly, for someone who loves to advocate for preservation, this might be the gold standard as far as bringing back a service that existed back in the day and hasn't existed for decades. I absolutely love it. It is incredible work start to finish. And honestly, there's going to be so much fun stuff to see and do and play, and you can play some of these off the actual birthday broadcast as well. They do have a broadcast schedule, but there's so many different variants of Zelda games on here with different sound link broadcasts that are going to be additional music, sometimes orchestral soundtracks for the game, or even commentary that you would never would have had on an actual Super Nintendo or Super Famicom cart. It is such a wild ride. It's stuff that people in Japan got to experience in the 90s and you never did, and here's what some of it can sound like. Go ahead and listen for just a bit, but come back because I got a lot more information to give you.
同人の話によると、トライフォースは魔王の迷宮の中だ。噂では迷宮には様々な仕掛けがあるという。今週君はレベル1とレベル2の迷宮を探すことになる。1の迷宮はすぐに見つかるだろう。しかし2の迷宮はどこかに隠されているという。地上でも迷宮でも魔王の手下が
Not only is there obviously commentary in Japanese over that footage of Zelda, but there's also a completely different soundtrack, completely different character sprites, and it just kind of feels like the Bizarre World version of The Legends of Zelda: Link to the Past. And there's so many different things you can run on Satelleview, even outside of the birthday broadcast. If you haven't checked out Satelleview Plus or played any of the specialized games for it, I can't stress enough, it really does expand upon the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom library, and there really are a lot of things that are fun in there. Something like Chrono Trigger Jet Bike Special is just basically a racing mini game with Mode 7 graphics for the jet bike portion of something like Chrono Trigger. This is what they would broadcast back in the day on Satelleview, and if you weren't there when the satellite broadcast went live, you didn't get a chance to play it. And obviously, while a lot of these things have been preserved, there's still Satelleview information out there, like the F-Zero courses I just talked about like 2 weeks ago, that people are still trying to preserve. And honestly, it's just wild to think that Satelleview Plus is back. Now, if you're wondering, no, this doesn't run on MiSTer FPGA. It's not for real Super Nintendo and Super Famicom hardware with Satelleview attached. It is via software emulation. That's probably the best way to do it, because it's the only way that you're going to get a maximum amount of audience members watching at the same time. And again, when I say some of the audio and some of the music is outstanding on Satelleview, I 100% mean it. So here comes your second soundtrack sample. They're coming fast this video. Listen, and I'll be right back.
まずいのは、お前がこの今やってる番組をビデオテープに撮って、あの男に聞かせるからじゃない
少なくとも女だよ、うちの姉ちゃんは。
あのラバンバに聞かせるからじゃないですか。
うちの姉ちゃん、伊藤のりこって最後に子がついてんだ、女だ。
いやいや、小野の妹子は男だよ。
うわ、そういうもう歴史的言葉で。
もう今困っちゃってますよ。ポーカーの勝負をしろという。わけもわからないうちに、かっこよくポーカーの勝負をさせられる羽目になってしまった。かっこだな。
I mean, that would have been such a trip to hear back in the day because you're just expecting to hear something like Sunset Riders, but you end up having this entirety of a Japanese commentary over the top of it. And I'm sure there's still probably like 75 to 80% of these sound broadcasts that are just lost to time, unfortunately, because it was an ephemeral moment in time. It's not like these things save themselves to cartridges like some of the actual Satellaview games did when you would download them. These SoundLink broadcasts were real-time streaming over a satellite service, so you listened to it, you had fun with it, and it basically just went missing. Something like BS The Legend of Zelda here being played off of an actual ROM, not on the Satellaview service, gave you a different look at a game that you had played before, and that really was the magic of Satelleview. It basically felt like getting a look behind the scenes of what Nintendo was doing, different developers giving you different kind of previews or different kind of looks at games that already existed. And again, it's just something we never got in North America. The closest we got here was the Sega channel, which is basically the same concept just with a different data provider service, but you'll be able to go on and check out new and different versions of games. But of course, Nintendo didn't ever bring the Satelleview over to the US, so it's one of those things. You may know it exists, but you may not have much experience with it. So again, on the 23rd, there's going to be that 30th anniversary birthday broadcast, and you're going to get a maximum amount of Satelleview, and it really is going to be as close to time traveling as you could possibly get. Just imagine being a kid in Japan in the 90s, having Satelleview, looking at the broadcast schedule and tuning in to get a new look at something like The Legend of Zelda with new audio and new soundtrack, different levels. It would have been absolutely exciting to get another taste of that game. And you can definitely check these things out as well outside of the birthday broadcast, but you do not want to miss this because I love that a dedicated team is doing everything they can to try to make this come back alive, because Satelleview has been something that people know about and have been curious about, but this is basically the Satelleview service relaunched in 2024 and 2025 for modern audiences, and I'm sure there's going to be some people in Japan and other places that played Satelleview games back in the 90s at that birthday broadcast as well, reliving their own childhood, because that's what it's going to be for some people, reliving an event that they never thought they could go back to, and for you, it's going to be experiencing an event that you never actually got a chance to see back in the 90s. And you'll see here from their own video, happy 30th Satelleview birthday. It is on the 23rd, and hopefully they do more broadcasts like this, these special edition broadcasts. I love them, and if you haven't looked at the website yet, they do weekly broadcasts of different pieces of Satelleview content, so it really is the type of thing you can pop in one day a week, you can pop in all 7 days, you can play it all, you can play just a little bit of it, but you now have the opportunity to check out Satelleview in live broadcast format over software emulation, and that is just one of the most impressive bits of emulation and reverse engineering I've seen in a long time. And even if I understand how it's done via software emulation, how the broadcast is sent in, and how all the sausage gets made underneath the actual Satelleview Plus service, honestly to me it feels a little bit like magic. That moment in time where you just realize that people have dedicated so many hours of their time and energy to make this happen for everybody. And if you don't understand how it works underneath the hood, it doesn't matter whatsoever. All you need to do is enjoy it and experience it. And that is why I love retro gaming in general. Obviously, I love to dump and share everything I have that no one has, but there's other groups out there trying to do stuff like recreate the Satelleview service just so you can have some fun. But one more soundtrack sample, because we got to do a little Mario in this video before I close out. 30 seconds and I'll be right back for the end.
というキャラクターの絵柄が決められますので、その決められた絵柄をですね、がどんどん早く点滅しますので、最後にどこにあったかというのは当てるゲームです。
そう、これ窓がたくさんあって、ここ素早くパッパッパッパッパッパッパッパッって移動していくわけよ、このジャマピーのが、それどこに最後にどこで止まったかなというのを当てるという。
そうですね。
動体視力かなりいいよ。
そして18ページ目、19ページ目はこれは面白そうですね。お邪魔なキャッチャー。
I mean, how can you not love that? It's completely absurd in all the best way possible, and it's one of those things that you're going to get to experience at the Satelleview 30th birthday broadcast. So definitely set a reminder in your phone or on your calendar. It's going to be the 23rd, 2 days from now. You should definitely pop over to the Discord server to get more information. And don't forget, when I send you guys over to a new server, make sure you're polite and ask questions and say please and thank you, because you do actually represent me when you do it. I don't think anyone's ever done a bad job of popping over and asking for information, but it's one of those things. If I point you guys in a direction, please be nice and appreciative, because trust me, the amount of work that probably went into this birthday broadcast was insane, and people definitely should be thanked for that effort. But I'll be there on the 23rd checking this thing out, but I wanted to give you a heads up because I don't want anyone to miss out on this. Short of that, the Satelleview is turning 30. We got a brand new broadcast to celebrate, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.